I don't have a song ready because I'm aggravated, yeah. Aggravated, yeah. So aggravated, yeah. How's it going, all two of you? You guys good? Anonymous Lawn Transformations? How are you? Wait for a few people to get in here. Tom Hannock, Outlaw. Tom Hannock. Brandon Mitchell, what's up? Rogue X, what's up? Swamp Fox News. Oh, thank God you're in here. Swamp Fox News tonight on Swamp Fox News channel. He's giving away either one of these beautiful knives with my autograph on it that has a fire starter, a flashlight, a seatbelt cutter, a glass breaker. It says Autopalooza 2024 on it, and it has a nice little blade, nice and sharp. Or he's giving away an Autopalooza shirt. He just ordered a bunch of these from me, and he's going to be giving away on Friday night. So check out Swamp Fox News' channel, please. He's been helping me out a lot. As a matter of fact, he is been my sponsor this month. Without him, I don't know if I would have made the rent. So thank you, Swamp Fox News. Please subscribe to him. And he's giving away shirts and knives and dog tags. I sent you some dog tags too. Dreaded Rabble Rouser, how are you? Dreaded Rabble Rouser, if you haven't watched his videos lately, he's doing amazing work. They're trying to. This is an epidemic in this country. People go to meetings, and the people in the meetings for decades now have been like kings and queens sitting up there. They got undue respect. People looked up to them as if they were special or above us, when in fact they're the servants. So they would be below us, the people. But they treat you the exact opposite way. And whether it's Clearwater, where Solo Yacker and I, or Orlando, where Foshin and I and Liberty Troll went, or it's Almost Park, or it's what was that place they got shut down with Justin Pulliam? Whether it's that, I'm looking at the wrong side. They or where Harvey Freeberg got arrested up in New Jersey for speaking at a city council meeting. This is the way forward. More people, because yeah, they can pick off 2 and 3 people at a time, but you show up there with 50, 100, 500 people, you're going to see real changes. It has to become locally. As a matter of fact, in Pinellas County, where Clearwater is, there was 9/11 truthers who went to the council meetings week after week after week after week after week to try to get the fluoride taken out of the water in Pinellas County. And finally, after a lot of diligence, a lot of persistence, and going over and over and over and over and over again, they took the fluoride out of the water in Pinellas County. So that's the way forward, in my opinion. And yes, please, everybody, subscribe to me on Rumble, because I can do and say what I want there. I don't have to worry about the green $sign, orange $sign. Their terms of service is basically be yourself. Um, Frank Pants, I was watching Flex Your Freedoms channel the other day, and the cop asked him who sent him there, and he said Frank Pants. That was so damn funny. Um, Longer letter and have a longer line of readers behind it. Yeah, you could do that. Whatever. Just go to your local meetings. Try to get your neighbors to go. Try to get other people to go. Start a YouTube channel. Show up. If the people that go to church, this is another thing that bugs me about church people. I have no problem with you exercising your freedom of religion, obviously, but I just wish you'd show 1/10 of that persistent um, religious following. If you could just take 1/10 of that and put it towards righteous government, and you could actually get your religious opinions in. What's that have to do with the video that I'm covering today? Nothing. Thank you, Swamp Fox, man. That's really nice of you. This is a channel called Gift Card, and he emailed me this video, and I just called him, and he aggravated me so bad I had to hang up on the guy. He was trying to troll me. He didn't realize it was me, but I got so aggravated. I'm still aggravated, dude. He was, bro, I don't know if that's how you are normally. The reason I called you is to have you come up on this live stream after I covered your video here, but I don't know, man. I haven't been that irritated in a long time. Total buzzkill. Let's put it that way. So here we are. Yeah, here. Subscribe to gift card, even though you pissed me off. Here is gift card's video. I guess there's Pinellas County, Clearwater, where the armed fisherman was falsely arrested on the beach for lawfully carrying an AR-15, where he was assaulted by the police chief in front of the city council, and they didn't do anything about it. Where this is the Clearwater PD who also put a man in jail for saying that he gets under the thin skin of the mayor. Put him in jail for that. Cool. Okay, so he's on a beach here. He's playing music, whatever's going on. It's spring break. He's in Clearwater, and I guess he's recording. Let's see what happens.
Is the Clearwater PD coming down today?
And people who are gifted these memberships, go back and check out some of the videos for members only. Some of them are really good.
To investigate a complaint of music on a public Clearwater beach during spring break. Is that what's going on here?
Can't be playing music loud.
I'll take the ticket.
And you can't be playing music that has.
I'll take the ticket. I'll take the ticket.
You know what I said?
I'll take. I don't think it's against the. Because I was trespassed from the beach. That's why.
Also, yeah, here's a nuance here. So he was trespassed from this beach, supposedly, and even I would think this, but I'm not a law enforcement officer. I'm someone with no ability to ruin lives. And I would think that the owner of the beach is the hotel. But from what I'm understanding after watching this, it's a public beach. But if you're a cop, you can't just go by what you think is right. You have to effing verify, dude, or else you look like an imbecile for the whole world to see.
Hey, did Sergeant Falcone clarify that that's public property now?
So that's why he's in the wake. I guess you can't get trespassed from the wake. So he stays in the wake.
Before we go any further, I'd like to request a supervisor, please.
You got me.
Okay.
Why do you continue to come back?
Sergeant Falcone. Sergeant, are you a sergeant, sir?
I'm not going to have any more conversation with you unless you come over here.
They trespassed him from where the cops are standing, and the cop is telling him to come over there and speak to him, knowing that he's trespassed from that property. So he's playing the games.
Grown adult.
If you tell me it's public beach and I'm not trespassing.
Take you to jail for trespassing.
If you tell me it's public beach,
You not hear what I said?
no
He refuses to tell him that it's a public beach.
conversation then, fine.
There you go. Play the music. I'll have someone come in there and take you to jail.
I'll do
Not
it.
be disorderly with the volume or the vulgarity.
Oh, that's
do what you want. Do what you want. Those are two conditions to not violate, all right?
You know I'm recording you now, right?
I hope you do. Have a good
Okay.
day. Remember what I said.
Are the rules different here than from Shepherd's?
Two conditions.
Are the rules different here than from Shepherd's?
Bark orders, walk away, never clarify nothing. You wonder why everybody hates you.
What's that?
What's the purpose? You know, if you got a beef with them, why don't you beef with them? Why do you do it to these people?
This is how I beef with them.
Doing what to what people? God, in the ignorance of just general Americans. Oh, God. America is the Dunning-Kruger effect.
Well, then turn your damn camera off. You don't have any business.
No! Mind your business.
Filming these people. You don't have any business acting like that.
So is the camera or the music that's making you mad?
Hey, look.
Sergeant, I'll come on the beach and talk to you.
Exactly. We're not allowed to be ignorant of the law because ignorance of the law is no excuse. You have to memorize 8,000 million laws. But the courts have ruled that cops who have to enforce the law are allowed to be ignorant of the law.
you on the understanding that this is music's off? Okay, that's resolved. Are you on the understanding that this is a public beach and not Uday's private property? Hold on. Let me get my printout from the property appraiser's office that this got. What do you think? Excuse me?
Did you ask me to come over?
Yes,
here?
I did.
Okay.
And that's what I want to talk
about.
about.
Show me anything. We're just talking.
Okay.
Right? What I'm telling you is this. If
You're awesome, dude. I can't thank you enough, man. Thank you, JohnFilax.
the music is loud, volume on.
Understood.
And there's kids here. You as an adult should not be playing words with
For now, the music's resolved. Okay, I'll research it. But my question to you is, are you of the understanding that this is a public beach?
I don't know. I'd have to research that.
Okay.
It might behoove you to understand the difference between public and private property as a police officer / supervisor. Would it not?
Can I show you the property appraiser's printout? Would you mind calling the
No, I don't want to see anything factual or objective. That might destroy my perception.
county?
I don't care about that. I'd have to get to our city attorney and our dispatch.
Okay. Will you get with the dispatch, please?
Why are you asking me that?
Because, good question. On a Tuesday last year,
Okay.
2 cops come out, Clearwater PD officers.
Okay.
They called city manager, city planner, a lot of people downtown, looked at my printout of the property appraiser's office, came to the conclusion that this was public beach. Problem solved. Okay. Wednesday, I guess.
Oh, yeah. He's giving away my rings, too. I forgot about that. So, JohnFilax News tonight. What time, dude? What time? 9?
It was this gentleman, and another officer came out, didn't make any calls, and trespassed me from this public beach. I'm not done. Please, let me finish. I requested a supervisor. Sergeant Falcone came out. He says, let me do some research. He did research. He called me back several times and told me this is public beach from the partially buried or fully buried seawall right near the pool there, which is also reflected on my printout from the property appraiser's office. From there to this seawall is public property. Okay, now that's why I'm here, because the Clearwater PD.
Well, I'd have to double check. I don't.
Can you call Falcone and ask him?
I'm not calling a sergeant on his day off.
All right, well, all right.
I mean, you agreed to abide by the 2 conditions I said, so I don't see why we have an issue. We're going to leave.
Am I going to get arrested if I hang out on the beach today?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
What does it depend on? Oh, you only investigate it if I step on the beach?
Is that what you want to do?
I want to step on the beach. I'm asking you to look into it so I know whether or not I'm allowed to step on this public beach, or whether or not you're going to allow me to step on the
Where are
public
you
beach.
going to go? Are you going?
I'm going to walk up to the property line and back. Maybe I'm going to hang out on the beach. I don't know where on the beach I'm going to be. I'm going to enjoy the beach. It's a public beach. That's what I want to do.
They don't want them on the public beach. See, here's the issue. Well, if it's public, well, where you want to go in public? What kind of things you liking to do in public? God. Such a shame, dude, because Clearwater is such a beautiful city. It's overrun with corruption, a super corrupt PD, a corrupt city council that just gaslights you and have removed the First Amendment open public comments because they didn't like us going there and complaining about them falsely arresting Michael Taylor on the beach.
I'm asking for you to look into that and see if it's okay.
Yeah, I can do that.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. No, I'd rather be here. Excuse me? This gentleman should have called and looked into it before he trespassed. That appears to me that the Clearwater PD is catering to a wealthy property owner by
That's right.
enforcing something that's not against the law.
That's right.
Basically making up their own authority and making up laws out here, and I don't appreciate it. Sergeant Falcone told me that he sent emails to all the beach officers letting them know this was public beach. I'd sure like to know if that was true. Did you get that email, sir? Would you care to tell me that? Now, before you answer the question, all public officials are stewards of public record, and that email is public record. Can you tell me if you got the email, please? Coming on the beach. I got your permission, right? I'm not going to get arrested.
Who's the head guy now?
I'm the GM.
Okay, this is the deal. They checked with the plat maps of the city.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, well, oh. Good idea. Check and see if what we're doing is correct before we do it.
You guys, you know where your property is, right? So Anthony, you can
Then why was he trespassed?
come onto this beach. You can't sit in these seats that belongs to them, and you can't go past what we
So there's another issue. They have their private property, their chairs and stuff. And I'm sure they're renting them out or just giving them to their guests. So they got their private chairs on a public beach.
what we would call the white decorative and then the brick,
Yes, sir.
the seawall and stuff.
Okay.
The other thing, let me finish.
Can I talk to you when he's done, please?
Anthony,
You made a mistake. I
Anthony,
can't wait till you get body camera.
Anthony, listen. The music, I don't know what you were playing. There's kids out here. So when it's loud and it's disturbing the peace, or it's the vulgarity, I am going to take you to jail for that.
Okay.
If you don't do that, we're never going to have a problem.
Okay. Question, please.
Yes.
What words constitute vulgarity?
I'll let you be the judge of that.
There we go. Being vague is not a legal standard. As a matter of fact, when laws are vague, they're considered void for vagueness. And there's a lot of laws on the book that fit that description.
Okay.
Common sense. We'll call it common sense. Yes. You know,
You guys should check out the Armed Fisherman's video today too, because even though I love Abaya Israel, I don't believe he was right on the one he did about the guy open carrying BB guns.
damn, hell, I don't care about that. You start dropping the F-bomb, the N-bomb, that's the stuff
Sergeant,
we're going to have an issue with.
I can't thank you enough for calling and confirming that I am allowed on the beach here.
But now that doesn't still give you a right to give the staff a hard time.
Oh, no. Well, I won't say anything to them until they say something to me.
So that's another issue with police. And I've had this happen to me. I go to the DMV, people start barking at me. If I respond to them barking at me, I'm the problem, I get blamed. He just said, as long as they don't bother me, I won't bother them. But the cops don't like that. They want to be able to bark orders at you, and you just sit there like a piece of dog poop and take it.
I mean, if they say anything to me that's vulgar, I certainly may reciprocate with a little vulgarity myself.
Well, you can't, they can't.
No, this isn't Grady Judd. This is Pinellas County, which is headed up by, I forgot the chief's name, but the number 2 in the police union in Clearwater just got caught trafficking hundreds of pounds of drugs, by the way. And it's the home of the headquarters of Scientology, in case you didn't know.
Do that, and they can't do that, and you can't do that. Okay. Do you have any questions while I'm here?
I wanted to say that taking pictures of people and now with the kids running around. So that's an
What are you taking pictures of?
Officer, since this gentleman,
Just tell me, what are you taking pictures of?
I don't feel comfortable interacting with police officers without it being documented by video. Okay?
Well, I guess you were video.
And nor should anybody that has half a brain in their head.
That's before we got here is the problem.
I anticipated. I also don't feel comfortable interacting with people who are complaining about my music for fear that they may make something up without it being documented.
Officer, it's called an objective record. The thing the police and government hate the most. Objective records. They can't stand them. They don't understand why anybody would want an objective record when we're such a good police force and such a good government, and we always work to help the citizen. And even if that was true, which of course is not, why wouldn't they want that recorded? Anyone that has an issue with objective records recording, they have a guilty conscience about something.
Well, if you don't have music on, I don't think you have to go wrong.
Maybe not, but is there a law or code or anything against me taking pictures on a public beach or videotaping on a public beach?
That's why I asked you what you were taking pictures of. If you're not taking pictures of children in lewd and lascivious positions, there's not an issue whatsoever.
No, I'm not.
Now we go to the children thing. Like this is like the cop bingo checklist.
Making an effort to take any pictures of anyone in particular or any positions in particular.
So, do you have any other questions? Do you guys have any other questions?
Sergeant,
Yes.
You're his sergeant. He made a mistake. I would request that the trespass be withdrawn. It's obviously public property. That's been well
I'll
settled.
take care of that. I will take care
Will
of
you
that.
withdraw the trespass?
You're not trespassed from the seawall here,
Right.
except for on their property. That's going to be a whole different situation.
I would like to make a complaint at this time regarding a violation of them renting out chairs on a public beach, likely without a permit. I'm going to call code about it.
Oh, that's not happening. He already decided before the guy finished his sentence. That's not happening. They literally do what they feel like. Period. Why is that not happening? Are they allowed to do that? You guys have put a girl in jail for selling lemonade. I've seen it before. Or you find her or shut down her stand or whatever you did. A 5-year-old. But if you try to use all the same tactics the police use, they're like, oh, no, 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 no. Only we're allowed to do that stuff. We're the sovereign.
We don't rent those.
You don't charge for those.
Oh, you don't?
Yeah.
All right.
Hold on. Are those your property? You want him on those chairs?
No.
That's an issue.
Okay. Question, please.
I'm here to help you and then leave. You're here to instigate and argue. Are we done? Yes.
If his chairs, their chairs, are taking up such a substantial amount of beach, public beach, and obviously a lot of them aren't being used, and I want to use that space on the beach, may I move this chair and put mine in? I'll just move this chair and put my towel there?
I would say that you have enough space on this sand to put a towel anywhere you want without having to move
Or
the
enough
chair.
space on any of these other beaches, like the public beaches.
This is a public beach,
You have
my
enough.
friend.
You have more than enough. I also talked to Sergeant Falcone. He says you're a very reasonable person, but you like to push it, which obviously I don't need to talk to him to find out. Listen to me. He also says you do not want to go to
He likes to push his rights and be in public where he's allowed to be without being unlawfully trespassed. What's wrong with that guy?
jail.
Look,
So
I don't want to go to jail.
So
However,
there's things you got to do. You're being very confrontational, very argumentative. You're looking for reasons. I'm here to help you.
who did I confront?
You're being very confrontational with these gentlemen and Officer Lafayette. Any reasonable person would come onto this property and assume that this sand from here to there belongs to these people.
First of all, a police officer saying reasonable person is ridiculous because I've only met like 5 reasonable police officers in my whole life, and I'm pushing 50 now. There's nothing reasonable, and assuming only does what? Makes an ass out of you and you. Assume you. Where do you just say it's reasonable to believe? Why? How? Where'd you come up with that formulation? Why isn't it reasonable to believe it's a public beach? God, I hate cops so bad. It's just ignorant, dumb cops, man.
Any reasonable person would believe that. It's amazing and shocking.
I disagree.
It's amazing, it's shocking and disappointing that it doesn't belong to those people.
And that's
It's amazing, shocking, and disappointing that the beach, which is pretty prime real estate, doesn't belong. Why is it disappointing? Why is it disappointing that it's not public beach? What's wrong with you, dude? You're obviously showing you're biased, and you're not an objective police officer.
very telling. The Clearwater PD wants it to belong to them and therefore enforces laws as if it belonged to them.
Exactly.
And that's how I got trespassed while standing on
That's
this
just
beach.
common sense.
Common sense is you verify before you take an action, dummy. Common sense. Obviously, your common sense is wrong. So common sense would tell you to find out what's true before relying on your own stupidity to figure out what's true. Because you're 100% wrong. And I don't know why it's disappointing that Wingate doesn't own that part of the beach. What does that even mean? So that you can come down and tell people when to leave? That's your biggest issue because it gives you less control.
It's not common sense.
It is common sense.
No, it isn't. You're an idiot, obviously.
It's public sense that beaches are public.
Okay, are we done?
Yeah, you're done. You're an idiot. So there you go, everybody. Oh, life under the microscope. Thank you, Swamp Fox News. Thank you so much. Everyone that's here, thank you so much. Should I give this guy another chance and call him and see what he has to say? Because he really pissed me off, man. Yes or no? Should I call this guy? You guys want to hear what he has to say about all this? That's right. That's right. That goes for pretty much any law, by the way. Trump's ear bandage. Yes, call the guy. Yes. Yes. All right, dude. Hunter, call him. Yes. Go for it. Wasn't going to call him, dude, but let's see.
Hello.
Hey,
Hey, thanks for calling back, bro. No offense intended at all.
I wasn't going to call you back, but I just covered your video live, and the people in the comment section said to call you, so I'm calling you. So you're live right now.
Oh, okay. I'm being broadcast live on YouTube.
Yeah, just your voice. If you don't want it, I can hang up. If it's cool with you, whatever. I just want to hear your side of the story.
I guess we could go this way. I guess we could do it like this.
Yeah, you're still anonymous.
All right. So, as you can see from the video, my issue, my dispute was the privatization of a public beach. Now, in the videos, I edited those to maximize kind of interest in and maintain viewers. You know, it's hard to understand sometimes looking at the videos that those were shot on different days. Some of those videos on YouTube are from different days.
So
in the same video.
Let me ask you questions, and you just answer me if you could.
Sure.
So what part of Clearwater was that?
That's the north shore of Clearwater Pass.
Clearwater. Clearwater what?
The north shore of Clearwater Pass.
Is that by Pier 60?
It's in the area, but that's where the Gulf of Mexico meets the inland waterway on Clearwater Beach. They call it the pass because it passes through from the Gulf of Mexico to the inland waterway under the Sand Key Bridge right there.
And that's outside of the Wingate Hotel?
I don't know what the hotel is called now. I think it was called the Wyndham before.
And when was this? When did this go down?
There's a different building there now.
When did this happen?
Several years ago, 7-8 years ago, maybe.
The video I just watched was 7-8 years old?
I think so, yeah.
Does that cop still work for Clearwater PD?
Well, there was a couple of cops involved. You're probably talking about the sergeant who wanted to be the real badass about it.
Yeah.
I Googled him, and I read that he was transitioning from
male to female
public service to what's that?
Male to female?
No, I read he was transitioning to the private sector. He was getting away from being a cop, and he's going to be in private sector employment now.
Okay, so is the whole beach public or just what?
Okay, where the video was shot, almost the whole beach is public. There's a little, maybe 10 by 8 foot area right up near the building that the property appraiser shows as private.
Okay? Yeah, so that's the curtilage of the hotel.
That's you mean the little 8-something feet I just told you about?
Yeah, they gotta have some space outside their walls.
But yeah, the little piece of 8 feet. I
mean,
the property line is right way up by the pool. It's by the old seawall. Okay, that's all they own. They have constructed on every bit of the property they own to maximize their value of it, and now they're trying to spill over and privatize beach that they don't own and kick the public off. It's been going on for years.
Okay.
I was trespassed off that beach, and then I made a complaint, and they withdrew the trespass and acknowledged that it's a public beach. At this point, or at one point in the video, the police even acknowledged that it's public. And the one cop says, anyone would assume the beach belongs to the hotel.
We just saw that.
It doesn't belong to the hotel at all. And what he's implying is that they're enforcing the law based on assumptions. And that's what they were doing.
Yep.
Or worse, I think they knew it was public. They just wanted to kiss the ass of the resort.
What
want to
for?
suck up to the wealthy resort is what I think.
For what reason?
I don't know why. Maybe it's because a big part of the tax base. I'm not sure. I can only speculate as to why.
So how'd you find
But I
out?
think-
How did you find out it was public?
Well, I was asked to leave. I pulled up there on my jet ski and I was asked to leave.
Why?
So I left.
Why were
Because
you
they
asked to
told me
leave?
because they told me it was a private beach and they didn't want jet skis pulling up to the beach.
Okay, go on.
They even claimed ownership of the water. You can't be in this part of the water. You have to be further out in the water, they were saying.
Okay.
So I went home. I looked at the property appraiser's map, and the property appraiser shows the property line way far away from where I was. It's not like I was, standing with one big toe on the property line and the rest is public. I mean, I'm 50, 75 feet or more, 100 feet probably from the private property line. Okay. And the cops are still coming down there saying I got to go. So then I went home. I printed up the property appraiser's data sheet. I brought it with me.
And they didn't want to see that.
Okay. Sergeant Falcone, I don't know if he's still with the Clearwater Police anymore. Sergeant Falcone said, well, do you want me to make a call and check on it? And I said, yes. And he made a call and he confirmed what I was saying was true and said, okay, no problem. You can stay. That was, I think, on a Tuesday. On a Wednesday, I went back and another cop, I think it's one of the cops in the video, actually, the cop I say, your guy made a mistake. That's the cop I was talking about. The next day, a cop came and said, you got to go. This is private. I said, Sergeant Falcone was just here yesterday. Confirmed it was public. He said, well, I don't know anything about that. Here's your trespass. And that's when you see in the video, he's writing me a trespass. That's the day after Sergeant Falcone acknowledged that it was public. So then they trespassed me, and then they had to rescind the trespass, acknowledging that both myself and Sergeant Falcone were right.
Okay.
So
you've proved to them that they're full of crap and their perception's BS, and it's a public beach. And do they have? So the thing with the permit, he didn't want to even hear that about the chairs. So, all right. Anything else you want to add?
So now, present day. Let's fast forward to present day. More recent history. Okay. The other resorts along that same north shore of Clearwater Pass are successfully, effectively privatizing the beach.
How?
One of them is called Winters Resort. Okay. And they've got signs in their elevator that said wristband required. And I know the security guard who works there at night. It's a coincidental thing. I'm walking through there to see if anybody will say anything. And the security guard's sitting there, and he says, oh, hey, how's it going? And he calls me by name. I realize he's a security guard of the condo complex I live in. He used to be security guard where I live. So he knows me. So I told him what was going on. I said, listen, is this public? And, what do you... So he told me, well, if a boat pulls up in the water too close to shore, they'll make them leave. I said, oh, really? He said, yeah, they will have them towed away if they don't leave. I said, okay, well, that's interesting. So then I go up in the elevator to talk to the girl. It was late at night. I knew the person working at the front desk wouldn't know anything. I'm certainly not going to give the kid a hard time. But I just said, hey, is the beach out there public or private? Of course, she said she didn't know. She's just, she could have been a high school kid, So I said, okay, no problem. It's a nice place you have here. Do you mind if I get the email address of the manager? So I've got that, and I haven't emailed the manager yet. I'm wondering if I should just go down to the beach instead without a wristband and say, just see what happens. And if anyone says anything to me, of course, I'm going to have my documentation ready to print out of the property appraiser's website that shows the property line between public and private property and say, hey, this is my documentation that says this is public beach. Do you have anything saying that it's private? And they won't. But yet, even outside on the beach, they'll put up signs that say private beach, hotel guest only, can be on this beach.
But they're not private.
It's publicly owned real estate. It is publicly owned real estate. So something that complicates it a little bit more.
That makes it public then, no?
Yeah, it's definitely publicly owned. Yeah, it's public beach for sure. Okay. Now, the resort further down towards the Gulf of Mexico, this is the most infamous one, Shepherd's Beach Resort.
Yeah.
Okay? They're the worst offenders.
As far as what?
Offenders. I have a video on my YouTube channel where a buddy of mine and I pulled up on his pontoon boat. Way on public. I mean, in the water. We're in the water. The front of the boat is barely touching the beach.
Mm-hmm.
And security comes and they say, you got to go. This is a whole private. And of course, I knew just what to ask him to make my point. I said, so where's the property line? This is all on my YouTube channel. I said, where's the property line? He said, well, it's kind of over, bros. He was kind of mumbling. I couldn't understand him. But he said, you see over those rocks over there? Or those rocks over there? That's where the property line is. I said, okay, well, show me in the sand where the property line is, just approximately. He said, well, I mean, it's not really in the sand. Well, there's a line somewhere. Just show me where it is. And he wouldn't show me. And I said, okay, am I standing on Shepherd's property? No, without my feet were just in like an inch of water.
Yeah.
And he said, look, man, why are you giving me a hard time? Or why do you have to push the issue like this? I'm like, well, you're the one that came down and started the conversation.
Exactly.
How can you say it's private property if you don't know where the property line is? But here's the big issue. 99 out of 100 people, when they're asked to leave by any hotel staff, will just leave.
Exactly. Just like with cops.
They'll just believe.
Same thing. A cop tells someone to do something, they just automatic.
Exactly. Okay. So then 999 out of 1,000 people will leave once security comes down. Okay. 9,999 out of 10,000 will leave the first time a cop even gives them an evil eye, regardless of saying anything. But I stayed. And I argued with those cops, and I made my point. It is a public beach. Now, the new guy, I got a buddy of mine that was going to start a jet ski company at the new hotel where where my videos were shot, where you saw.
Mm-hmm.
There's a big building there now. And because of the point I made, okay, they are now calling that a public beach. The thing is, you can only get to it by boat. So I don't have a jet ski anymore. So I don't know if somebody boated up there, if they would acknowledge, yes, it's public, you can hang out, just don't bother anything, don't break the law, don't be rude, and of course you can stay. It's a public beach. I don't know if they say that, but my buddy was trying to start a jet ski rental company there, and the manager, somebody at that condo building, that's a big condo building, said, yeah, the beach is public. The beach is public. And here's what was going on. When they tore down the hotel and were selling the condo units pre-construction, they were advertising private beach, privately owned beach.
Oh, no.
So I would email the real estate agent and say, hi, I'm looking at this listing here. It looks like a beautiful condo. I see there's a private beach. Please clarify. Do you mean this is a beach which affords some privacy to people on the beach? Or are you saying that the real estate that comprises this beach is actually privately owned by the condo association? And they said, oh, it's privately owned by the condo association. I said, okay, well, that's really neat. That's really cool. I'm thinking about buying it. But can you show me any evidence that it's privately owned? And they say, well, the other resorts down the way say it's privately owned, so we say ours is privately owned.
Oh, so they're all committing fraud.
So then I sent them proof that it was public property. And I said, so you're saying that because Shepherd's and the other resorts are lying, that you can lie as a real estate agent too? And I didn't get a response after that. But then I looked, and the other listings for the other pre-construction condo listings,
Mm-hmm.
had taken away the private beach language.
Okay, good. So you're making a change, dude. So do you do any audits or anything else, or you just kind of whatever life throws at you?
Just whatever, it depends. This is dangerous stuff, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Like the armed fisherman, what he's doing, as far as I'm concerned, he's a bit of a hero. And I guess I'm just trying to be some small piece of what he's doing for society. I really like to feel like I'm doing, because people that might have been kicked off that beach, maybe now they won't. And it sucks that this beach is some of the most popular, enjoyable, valuable, publicly owned beach in the state of Florida. It is in the most densely populated county in Florida. So the public, needs beach. Well, public loves beach around here. And they go to this beach and they get kicked off. I mean, my YouTube video's there. And my next step, what I might do, I don't have a jet ski anymore, but I might bring my kayak to some of these beach areas around there. Since, I see the sign in the winter, the dolphin elevator saying have to have a wristband. And my security guard buddy says, oh, yeah, they kick people off here. It's got to be, got to have a wristband. So I might go there without a wristband and my video rolling and all my documentation in my pocket and say, listen.
All right. So
this is a public beach.
All right. So next time you do your thing, you got my phone number, right?
I do have your phone number.
Maybe I can come with you and document.
Bro, I would love that. So if you recall, I emailed you based on having seen some of the armed fisherman video, right?
Yeah.
I had been thinking about reaching out to him for a long time.
Uh-huh.
So, this beach is public now. I mean, I can show you the documentation. Listen, I don't expect you or any of your viewing audience to take my word, an internet stranger on the phone, for anything. I have the documentation, and I'm perfectly happy to give it to you and your viewers.
We believe you, bro.
To draw your own conclusions and opinions. But I'm saying, but before you go out there and take a stand with me, I want you to draw your own opinion. I want you to draw your own conclusion.
As far as what?
As far as, is the beach public or private?
Well, believe me, I'm going to figure that out before I go anywhere with anybody. So
there you go. And you said I would too.
Okay.
And I appreciate that.
All right. So let me thank you for coming on. Save my number. You can call me later or tomorrow, whenever you want, and we can BS. But as far as right now, I want to keep the live stream, keep it going, and we'll talk soon. And I can't thank you enough for calling.
Do you think the armed fisherman would take a stand out there with us?
He would, but he lives 4 hours from there. You know that, right?
Yeah, I saw in one of his videos he lives on the other coast. Well, I'd love to talk to him about it. There are very few people that I would pay.
Do you know that? I hear you. Do you know that the armed fishermen and I go to Clearwater and attend the meetings?
I did see him in a meeting. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, if you're going to be out there, I'll chip in on you. If you guys will come, I'll chip in.
Well, right. My man, calm down. Listen, we went there and they got rid of open public comments because of us, because they didn't like what we were saying. And yeah, that was us, because they didn't like our free speech, so they shut it down and even arrested one of us, and they put charges on Canned Up Caveman. But anyway, let me keep this live stream going. I can't thank you enough. Good video. I'm glad you're doing something, and I'm sure Solo Yak, Solo Yacker and the armed fisherman are the same person, right?
Okay, yeah. I remember presuming that, reading it.
Solo Yacker, because he used to kayak by himself, Solo Yacker. And then his channel got demonetized and he became the armed fisherman. So, and if you want to contact him directly, you could just email him, the armed fisherman at Gmail, and say I was on the live with JohnFilax. He might be in here, as a matter of fact. And he'll email you back, dude. You can talk to him all you want. He's very accessible.
Yeah, a lot of people that have gotten big, on YouTube or other ways, they're not. They're just busy. They might have 100 people trying to contact them. They can't talk to anyone. So
that's true.
How accessible he was.
Well, email him.
I'd love to talk to him.
Email him.
The armed fisherman at Gmail. I will. You could let him know that, hey, this guy can email you and use his videos. If you see narrative what I'm doing, then let him know. If not, well, I understand.
My man, just send him an email, say I think you're a hero, because he is a fucking hero, honestly. And here's a couple of my videos, and I spoke to JohnFilax, and hopefully we can do something together one day. And I'm sure he'll be down. H. Well, there's an H. Okay. Well, the Filax, the Filax isn't spelled like Philo with an X on the end. Filax.
Okay. I'll try to remember that. I'm driving. Please forgive me if I misspell anything. Like I said, I'm not writing it down.
Okay.
But I definitely appreciate you giving me a platform here.
Sure.
And that's great.
You do the same. Hey, Can we know your first name?
Tony.
Tony, pleasure, man. Thanks for calling. See you, brother. All right, everybody. So there you go. So he pulled up to a beach. They got all cocky. He did his due diligence. He found out that the beach was public. The police don't like it because Clearwater PD, they don't follow the law. They're drug dealers. They assault you in front of city council. They falsely imprison you on the beach. They throw you in jail for speaking, not even cussing, just saying you get under the thin skin of the mayor. They're straight trash, dude. Clearwater is a beautiful city with a disgusting Famunda cheese government underneath it. Okay. Thanks everyone who gifted the memberships, especially Swamp Fox News. Tonight at 9 p.m., Swamp Fox News. He's giving away, I don't know what, either a t-shirt, a coin ring, a knife, some dog tags. He's got a lot of stuff. He sponsored me this month, so to speak. Can't thank you enough. It was a pleasure meeting you at Audapalooza. If we do another Audapalooza, I believe the Armed Fisherman is going to be the one hosting it this time. I don't know where. I don't know anything about it. I don't know if I'm ever going to do it again, honestly, because it was a lot of work and, you know, it was disappointing that, whatever, I'm not going to complain. It was good for what it was. It was good. It could have been a lot better, but hey, people are nervous. People are apprehensive, blah, 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 blah. What else? That's it, man. Subscribe to Gift Card. Tell him I sent you. He's got 1,170 subs. Let's get him up to 2,000 maybe. And yeah, word. Can't thank you guys enough for coming here. Couldn't do it without you. Much love, peace, tranquility, and psilocybin.